It's such a misconception. Oh, you're just such...
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
All right. Welcome on back to another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. We got the kids table in today. It is myself, Nick Hamilton, Jackie Nichols, Mike Pavanelli, Vinny. I don't know how to say your last name. I've been
Detrolio, or you could or it's
Don Jens and Colleen Mulhern. So it's going to be a little bit different of an episode today. We're going to try to get through it. Probably going to cut a lot of shit because it is the first of the month, and Jackie wants to start off with a song.
No.
Bricked up.
All right. So for those of you who have not seen, I don't know how you haven't.
I just saw this. I've barely
trending.
seen this.
We told Jackie, do not go on Twitter. We want to tell you the news. And the first time she goes on Twitter in a month, she goes on, she sees, after a long, tragic stay away from Barstool Sports, Mintzy is kind of back. He's been hired by Dave. He's the first and only employee of the Brick Watch Company, which is, I would assume Dave was the first employee.
Who do you think is the second hire?
After this, probably Jackie.
Yeah, we have to wait till the first of the month's over.
Mintzy now. Wait, so is he like a salesman for Brick
I
Watch?
have
Yeah,
no
that's
idea.
That's what he said in the tweet.
That's.
Is that he's a salesman.
I mean, the video was perfect. The Brick Watch was hanging off his wrist, dangling like you could fit a whole other hand in there.
Yeah.
That's why we did it as well.
Mine's upside down too. I don't even know how to wear a watch. I don't deserve to wear a watch.
But if you
either.
did wear a watch,
Yeah.
you would wear a brick
Yeah.
watch.
I'd wear a brick watch. Correct.
Wait, so
Check the ads. Yeah, Brick Watch. Yeah, Brick.
so is he like? Do we know anything else other than just like he was
No,
hired?
nothing other than the video. I'm gonna guess he's gonna do the exact same thing he did, or if you arguably did not do, and just go around the country to things and just wear brick watches.
In a weird way, it's kind
Wait,
of a
I
promotion.
fucking want that job.
I honestly think like he's now a brand ambassador.
Yeah, he kind of got a promotion. He's head of sales of a company.
Yeah.
He was not that before. He got
Should
promoted.
I say that? Okay.
We're off hot.
Yeah.
It's not live though, so we could cut it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
No, Paz, you want to take a shot?
Just
Take a shot at
just a blank cut here, no matter what. I gotta be honest. I didn't plan further past this for the episode, and I'm.
Well, Pabs, you said that you
gonna
had
guess
something.
this is how it's gonna go.
Yes. So as you guys know, I'm moving out of my apartment today.
Yeah.
And for the second time, this is my second move ever. And every time I move, I'm reminded how much not of an adult I am. Like for the rest of my life, my mom is going to always have to do everything for me. She's going to have to book me doctor's appointments. She's going to have to help me move. She's going to have to read my leases, everything. I have no clue what I'm doing. And so I got to my place last night. No lights. Nothing works. The toilets don't work. The shower doesn't work. And it's just an absolute disaster.
So wait,
At your new place?
At my new place, yeah. So we have a whole week pretty much until they're like fixing.
when you
all of
say
it.
no lights, like no electricity on?
No,
or-
like there's like some of the lights don't turn on.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only
Like,
some?
wait, but like, do you just need to change a light bulb?
I possibly. Once again, I need my mom.
That's what I
there.
was
Like,
wondering. Yeah.
But like, I'm just stressing so much. I'm trying to be a big boy, and I'm trying to get this done without my mom's help, and it's going terribly.
Well, you pulled a Kevin and you got a place that is.
Yeah, it's haunted.
Well, it's way too good of a price.
I'll be honest. I've always done what you've done. I've never really looked at the place.
Yeah.
I went for the apartment that I have now. I didn't look. Stefan went and looked at it.
Yeah.
And he this was the second time going there. I walked in. I went around. I was like, looks good.
Yeah.
And then upon moving in, I was like, where's the dishwasher? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like,
Bro, I didn't even go. This is my
Yeah.
first time. I signed the lease before even looking at it. I looked at
First
3
time?
pictures. I looked at the roof, and I was like, that's cool. And I signed the lease.
my first apartment in New York City, I got in the internship with High Haters, and so with Chaps and Kate, they had me call on the radio and offer me a room in Kate and Radio Bren's place, and I was just like, yeah, sure. That way I don't have to look at anything.
Yeah.
And it was dirt cheap in Astoria. Like, it ended up being a really good place, but it could have been an absolute shithole.
I told Pavs this story about when I moved to my first New York City apartment. So it was like a coworker. We're struggling to find a place.
Hold on, quick update. Dave just tweeted the new Brick Watch salesman does not know where to go to sell brick watches.
But now he does. He needs to get trained. It's his first.
Yeah. It's day
training.
one.
Yeah.
It's day one.
He's got to get trained. Give him a break.
God damn it.
Give him a chance.
What a legend.
First apartment I moved into with a coworker. Couldn't find a place. We're struggling. We go into one, and there's a girl looking at it. She's FaceTiming with her potential roommate, I assume, while she's looking at it, and the realtor's there. She seemed like she was about to get it. So we ran in, and we were in panic mode. Small New York City apartment, so you could see everything pretty quickly. I didn't even look at the bathroom, though. We're running around. We just looked at each other like, should we take it? Should we take it? Should we take it? We're like, we'll take it. I looked at it for maybe 30 seconds. The girl starts crying her eyes out because she was about to take it, and we just beat her to it. And then the realtor goes, sorry, you got to get out. This is their apartment now. And kicked them out. Kicked the girl out. She stood there crying, and we were both in front of her. It was the most awkward moment of my life. Just watching a girl like rip the apartment right from her.
Is that the apartment you just moved out of?
That was my first apartment,
Oh,
5 years ago.
Oh,
so yeah.
Like, I would love to sit down and talk with some of these scumbag realtors because of the fact, like, what you probably pay that guy like a month and a half of rent just
Yeah, they do
for that moment.
absolutely nothing. They just open the door for you.
I have the guy that sold me this current apartment lives in the apartment building and still had the balls to just lie to our face and say construction will be done in 2 months. Sorry for the inconvenience. It's been 3 years. It has never stopped. I wake up to drilling outside my window every other day. And now they're like, oh, we're finally taking the scaffolding down. It's gotten to the point people are writing on the notes that they leave like, fuck you, you're lying. I'll believe it when it happens.
That's all construction, though.
Yeah, no,
you should know that.
But I was shocked that it was like three and a half years later. It's still up. It's wild.
That's New York City construction.
And then I see the guy every single day. I'm like, go fuck yourself. Like, goddamn
New York City
asshole.
realtors, it's kind of like the same thing as like airlines. They can just do whatever the fuck
Oh,
they
yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
They can fuck you
They
anywhere
just
they
raised
want,
mine
and you're just gonna
$300.
roll over and take
Yeah,
it.
mine just went up too. I'm gonna try to fight it, and then I'm not allowed to write the email though because mine get to be like pretty rude.
Oh yeah.
I just start
Nick's
sending
like low-key
fuck
scary
off.
over email. Everybody in the company is. Figure that out.
I sent like one. Well, the email that I sent that like has got me a little bit of a bad reputation here. Was kind of just transcribing Kevin. I was like, all right, what he's saying. I was like, no, you don't worry about it. I'll send this. And then I sent it, and like my manager at the time was like, dude, what the fuck was that?
It's really hard to send an email without sounding rude or like really like uppity and like kind of gay. You know, if you're throwing like am I throwing an exclamation point in like an email to another dude? Like that's crazy. Because if I don't send that, then that's super mean.
Within the past year and a half here, every email we started like hiring new people that like emails before were subject line.
Yeah.
Like it was usually Loud Sean being like, what the fuck is this? And then I would be terrified and like to come into work. But now every email starts off with a joke. And I'm always like, or like, what a beautiful day it is. And I'm just like, we don't need to do this. Like, I know you're a nice person. Just tell me what you need. Like, just get to it. And but now that I've kind of shifted to start doing that now because
you did send a very nice thank you to everybody after the machine shoot.
Yeah, I did do that.
I fill mine with exclamation points.
Tons of puns in it too.
Did I have a bunch of puns?
I'm kidding.
Dude, that's still one of my favorite. Like, it's still pretty awkward with the girl who wrote the invitation that John ripped on the podcast. I work with a lot. We all work with her pretty often, and every now and then she's like, "I don't know, maybe I'll get to that." And I'm like, I didn't say it. I thought it was funny.
I can see why she'd be a little pissed.
In a more corporate like place to work, that is like an A+ fucking email. Like that's like that's
absolutely.
a gold star email. But here you just get put in a podcast and get absolutely torched.
I felt really bad. I noticed that no one really posted photos from that. Like, there was a full mini golf course upstairs, and it was pretty sick. Like when I was walking around, I was like, "This is fucking cool," but we're not invited anymore.
Sportsbook is now offering a $1,000 bonus for all new players. If your bet loses, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash back. It is not quite the dog days of summer, but it is the dog days of sports fandom. Summer's just starting, not much left. However, before that starts, we do have an NBA Finals and a Stanley Cup Final to worry about. Okay? If you ask me, I'm riding with Matty Kachuk, riding with Goalie Bob. And in the NBA Finals, I don't really know. I guess I'm rooting for Joker. I like Butler, too. That was what really sucks about the sports left right now. I like Bruce Cassidy. I like Matthew Kachuk. I like Joker. I like Jimmy Butler. I want everyone to win. I am a guy wearing I'm Rob Lowe. He's got the logo hat on. I'm here for everybody. I just want everyone to have fun. Not a good betting advice, by the way. Don't bet on everybody. That won't work out well. But with the Barstool Sportsbook, you can get $1,000 bonus for all new players. Lose a bet, up to $1,000 bonus cash back. Go to the Barstool Sportsbook right now. Use code KFC. Terms apply. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
But yeah, as it's got more corporate here, like it's more corporate, but it's fucking not. It's still
It's not.
ridiculous.
As the most recent person in the corporate world, I could say it's not.
Yeah.
Did you come from the corporate world?
Yeah. I was in finance before this.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You told me that multiple times.
Yep.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
I still don't understand what that means.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I was just faking it the whole time. It was tough.
That's whenever Kevin just starts talking. He talks about Excel sheets, and I'm like, I don't know what that. How is that finance at all?
Yeah, but now
an
it's just
idiot.
there's smart people who make everything for you, and you just hit buttons and everything does itself. Everyone just codes shit now. So now
The
it's even
internship that I
less.
had like right before this was the probable exact opposite of Barstool. I was working for this company called Sprinkled with Pink, and it was
You've had so many jobs.
I had
it's-
so many jobs.
and
it's
you've worked here
crazy.
for a long time.
I know.
I need to find, because I remember you bringing that up in your interview, and I had recorded our interview. I told you I was recording it because I was trying to send it to BC at the time to be like, what do you think about this hire? And then I don't think you ever watch it, and it's on Dropbox somewhere.
You recorded an interview?
You recorded
For
that? Oh, my interview?
Yeah, I told you.
Oh, that's
in
right.
the
No,
beginning.
that's right. That's right.
You
I-
consented
mine.
to the recording.
I was like, just so you know, I'm going to record this because I'm going to send it to like my
Oh my God,
higher
I never
ups.
want to
And,
see
like,
that. I was probably like, hi.
yeah, no, I definitely need to dig that up and like at 200,000 subscribers, release it.
You didn't record mine,
No.
right?
No, I didn't.
Ours
I-
was aggressively short. It was like
Was it?
It was like 10 minutes. I was like, I didn't get that.
That's because no, I had stacked yours up. I had like 6 on that day,
Gotcha,
so I was
yeah.
doing like 15-minute intervals of that, just from like a room upstairs, I think. But yeah, sprinkle with pink.
It was just like all the captions. Like I would come up with the captions for the post. It'd be like I can't. It was so it's like bachelorette party stuff, and it's exactly what you'd think. Like I'll put in photos, but it's like hats off to the grads. Celebrate with style. Celebrate in style with your trendy trucker hats. Like it was all that, and that's what I was coming up with.
This is all you right here?
No, this one wasn't me, but like I
was
would
gonna
have
say,
come
that
up.
looks really
I
good.
You're
would've
doing
done
what,
a little bit
marketing,
better with
social?
that. What?
Marketing, social? What were you
No,
doing?
I was like social. I was just coming
Okay.
up with captions,
Okay.
and I wasn't getting paid for it. But then you guys saved me from it, and then I quit on the day, and they were not happy.
Really?
Yeah.
That's I always had some dumb thought that like it is always nice to always put in 2 weeks where you can, but some places I don't think always need that. Subway didn't need that. When I fell out of college, I worked in a Subway inside of a Walmart, which is like the saddest
Oh my God.
thing you could do. And like I one time ended up working like a triple shift because some girl went, can you cover this like day of? She's like, I have my prom later. And I was just like, yeah, fucking all right. And I had to like cancel plans with like my buddies. That I'm like, this girl, she had a prom. I don't fucking know, man. It was dark. Like,
Dude,
but I still gave a 2 weeks notice there. Which
You
was
kind of
not
need your
necessary.
own like behind the block because
Yeah, that's so true.
the amount of lives that you lived before this.
It's been a weird road. 10 years ago, where was
You were
I?
a clown.
What?
Not actually.
No, I tried out for the circus.
That's sick. Doing what?
I was
Correction.
not a clown. I was
Wait,
not a
doing what?
clown.
Doing what? Oh, so
At Illinois State, there's a collegiate circus. There's 2 of them. There's one there. There's one at FSU, and I think like over the past 10 years, more popped up. It was, if I'm being honest,
I feel like it probably sucks.
no, it's an acrobatic circus, so it's like people doing wall trampoline
Okay.
and Russian wheel, and like they have a bunch of trapeze acts and stuff. If you know the guy that does halftime acts with his dog Scooby, I think he's
Shaggy.
No, his name I think is Christian Stoinev. But like Roan has done like a little mini series on him, and he like does this thing where like he's doing acrobatics. His dog is like jumping on his back and like shooting shots.
Yeah, I know
It's
what you're talking
crazy.
about,
Yeah, he was in it at that time, and he was like, it was funny. Everyone's like, "Oh, that's Christian. He's like a 4th generation circus performer. The dog is 5th generation." I'm like, fucking what, dude? Like, it made no sense. But I was trying to do wall trampoline and Russian wheel, which Russian wheel is a giant hamster wheel you get in
Right.
and like roll around like the Vitruvian.
But had
Man.
you done that before? Or you
No,
were just,
no.
okay.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. In high school, I did, and I want to be clear. I made it a couple weeks in that, but like, because it honestly was the hardest workout I've ever done. Because like
I
just the
believe that.
amount of core
Yeah.
that you have to do for it. And
Wait, but you from nothing for a few weeks were in
Yeah.
a Russian like a wheel thing.
Yeah. I mean, they let you get in it pretty quick. They probably shouldn't. Like, but I was trying to do one thing. It's you take 2 people on it, and you're like essentially counterweighting each other, so you could go around in circles and stuff. And then the kid I was with left his arm out and got it ran over by it, and he ended up like breaking his wrist.
But were you trying out, or were you just in? Were you, like, signing up and in?
I was trying out. I
Okay.
think actually, I showed up on a day where they were doing some cuts, and then I just stayed, and they were just like, "All right, welcome," and I was like, "Sick." Like,
Sick.
but yeah, I was trying to do wall trampoline, which is terrifying. You're just falling into the trampoline, and you just have to get over the fear that you're like plummeting into your death and like know that a trampoline's going to catch you. The people that could do it are so goddamn impressive. They're like doing flips off the wall.
Yeah, and they get
shit.
up to like the ledge and stuff.
Yeah, so people were like doing that, and I'm like, I hardly made it like 10 feet up, and I was just freaking out. So you have to like weirdly kick off the wall to like give yourself driving force, and like I just couldn't. Like my instincts took over, and I was like trying to catch myself. And they're like, "No, you need to ball up," and like, yeah, it was wild.
I did a trapeze class one time, and he said that I was a natural. So
You
if
should
this doesn't
get
work
back
out,
into
and
it.
then brick walk just doesn't work out,
Circus.
circus.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I did a trapeze class in Brooklyn, and it's on video on YouTube if people could find it. But it was me doing a trapeze thing. It's pretty
I
funny.
don't even know what that is.
It's like,
Trapeze is-
dude, it's hard. You're like hanging upside down on like wood. I did like silk, so you like climb up on like a silk
Oh, the silks.
rope
Yeah.
thing, and then you're like hanging upside down on a wood thing. It hurts your fucking calves.
Yeah.
It's hard.
That sounds no fun.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the-
look up.
On Jet.
Look up.
Trapeze.
It's
Is that what it
look
is?
Like
up
millions of
circus.
views.
Look up circus, maybe. Yeah, that. The circus.
Oh
Yep.
my god, it's really. Oh my god, that's really the first one.
Oh, there's a video under his own YouTube.
Well, I
filmed
didn't
by
think we should
him.
watch it, but we're talking about it.
is this copyright-free music?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, sick.
That's what I was doing. Yeah.
This is awesome.
That sums it up. But yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah, that's yeah.
It's hard. It's not easy.
one of the.
That one looks like a stripper. Like
Yeah, it kind of is, because it's also the guy I did it with. He's kind of like he's like basically naked. He's like in a speedo doing it. So it's
Pretty
kind of
slutty
like,
thing.
It was it was a very slutty thing for me to do. It was very
mine was
horny,
with my
yeah.
family, so it was not the same thing.
It's, the one thing that came from that was one of my favorite. It was the most awkward moment. Was I had left the circus by this point, but there was a kid in it that was a clown, and he was very passionate about being a clown. I mean, I'm not kidding. Around Illinois State, people are very proud of this. They fucking unicycle around. People unicycle to class. It is a whole thing. One guy, like, they were like, "We'll unicycle. We're not going to leave the clown makeup on when we go outside," except for this one dude that he was also in a calculus class with me. So we like knew each other by first name, and I had friends visiting. We were about to go like hop in the car and go somewhere. Hadn't seen these people. It was the first time seeing them since like summer after high school. And we're all in an elevator going downstairs, and this fucking guy comes in the clown makeup, and they're all like, "What the fuck?" And he just goes, "Hey, Nick." And I'm like, fuck! Like, come on, man. They're like, you look insane. You don't need to rope me into this. And yeah,
You're like, why is this clown talking to me, right?
and they all just looked at me. They're like, what the fuck was that? And like, still to this day are like, where's the clown guy at? I'm like, God damn it.
That's really
But yeah,
funny.
no, that was one of the many weird things I did.
You also
I
very
learned-
casually drop like that you're an extra in so many things.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you'll relate to a story, but like, yes, I was an extra in blah blah blah.
Yeah,
And,
I
like,
think I dropped that too much, if I'm being honest. Like, for a year after I fully fell out of school, so when I was like 24 or 25, I just spent the year just doing extra work in Chicago. So, and it was really easy to get into it just through Facebook groups. So you just like sign up on there, and then like Chicago PD, Met, anything that filmed within that time, a couple movies and stuff. But I did it for a full year and like really I was trying to do it to get my foot in the door, like behind the scenes, like to do essentially what I'm doing now. And in that whole time was like teaching, like background work is the easiest work. Like you just fake talk, like you just say like pineapple apple, like without actually saying it. And then you sit there and wait for hours. A lot of people try to use that time to like schmooze and like talk, and like you get people that are trying to be so serious about being extras. People had reels. That's crazy. Just reels of them in the background where I'm like, they're like, hey, check out my reel. I'm like, you don't say, like, what are you talking about, dude? Like,
I think of like D in
yeah,
Always Sunny. Like
it was like that, but like people taking it like very seriously. Even now, I still get like, I still have friends on Facebook that are like the background actors from them being like posting this still shot of them in the back and
But
stuff.
they never graduate from that. Like they just stay background.
They just stay there. And there's some companies that always come around and swindle. 99 is a massive one that they're pieces of shit who will be like, if you pay us, we'll be your representation. And that's not how representation works. Like, absolutely not. And so like they just get all these, like, it's a lot of old people being like, oh my gosh, I'm being like discovered, thinking they're like getting their dream, and these assholes are just taking like hundreds of dollars from them every month. But yeah, I did that for like a year or so, and then ended up during that time teaching myself like basics of editing enough to like get the attention of here and stuff. So it kind of blended into this. But
you
yeah,
do need a behind the blog. I guess this is.
I was learning
yeah,
a
it's
lot
tur-
when we
I
went.
feel like it's
No,
turning
this is
into it.
like
When we drove to
1,000,000
Boston, I was
times.
learning so much I didn't know about
Yeah.
Nick. Like we were just talking, I didn't know like any of the shit he was telling me. Like,
Yeah, no, it's been weird. I'm very happy where I'm at now. I don't know how the fuck it happened.
We should do like a homecoming, like go back to Chicago.
Yeah, yeah.
Join the circus.
We got to go back to Iowa City.
Yeah.
That's my fucking. That's where all the shit happened.
Turo is the industry-leading car-sharing marketplace. Forget the old boring shit. I don't know if you've ever gone through the process of renting a car. It is an absolute nightmare. An absolute nightmare. Turo is changing that. They have every kind of car you could imagine. Okay, you can get an SUV, take a little road trip to Vegas. Sure, why not? You can get a nice little coupe. You can get a sedan. Get whatever you want. Maybe take a nice little trip upstate. Start the summer, a little trip upstate. I don't even know what state you live in, but every trip upstate is a nice trip upstate. I feel like I'm trying to say upstate funny, but I'm not. I'm not joking. I don't joke about Turo. I don't joke about trips upstate. Go to Turo.com. Oh, you can test an EV too. I've always wanted to drive an EV. Haven't driven one. Every time I get in a car, I go, is this an EV? Huh. Pretty nice stuff. Now you can drive an EV. Go to Turo.com. Again, the world's lead car sharing marketplace. And pick any kind of car you want. You can even pick a fun car. Some kind of special event. Roll up. Everyone's like, whoa, what's Timmy driving? I'm driving a car on Turo. Go to Turo.com. And boring rental cars. Turo.com. Find your drive. Some terms and exclusions apply. They are backed by liability insurance. That's very important. Turo.com. Find your drive.
Speaking of careers, I've launched my Tetris career.
I saw that last night. Well, I heard it because Christy was.
Okay,
On
I need to
TikTok?
block Christy on TikTok.
Please. But it's funny, like it comes up on hers, then 5 minutes later came up on mine.
Yeah,
Which you drop in your phone at the end there. I was like,
I know. And it wasn't like,
was that intentional?
no, it wasn't intentional. I just like dropped it and I was like, I'm not going to redo that.
For those
Like,
who don't know, we'll put the video in here.
the video isn't like anything. I just needed to put something out and I needed to
Yeah.
start the career. I think that it's time that I take my Tetris career seriously And it's something I've been saying from day one. I've been saying I'm really good at Tetris. And the people don't believe me. I mean, it's not that they don't believe me, just nobody really cares. But I figured if I could just show the people exactly how good I am, then I'll get some respect as a Tetris player. And I think, so this is day one of me trying to beat my high score, which as you can see is 169.098. And I'm going to record this journey. Am I going to lose some followers? Probably. I don't have that many right now, but I would imagine that the 10,000 of you who don't want to watch Tetris content might unfollow. I don't know if it's only going to be Tetris content, but that is what I want to lean into right now, and eventually it will find its niche. I think I want to be the Tetris girl of TikTok. I'm sorry if this audio isn't that good. I'm talking into like this mic right now because yesterday I was like, well, this is kind of embarrassing to admit. I was like dancing around my part. This is not my best game. I just want that for the record. I'm not playing the best. I could be playing, but I was kind of like dancing and singing in my apartment, and my neighbor who lives downstairs, I guess she just moved in a few weeks ago, and she comes running, or she comes banging on my door, and she was like, I can hear everything. She was so done with me. She goes, I can hear everything. And I was like, she was like, I can hear it when you walk. I can hear it when you, I don't know, move your furniture. She was like, it was one of those things where she was like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. She was like, I can hear it when you cook. I can hear it when you clean. I can hear it when you talk. I can hear your voice every single night. She seemed like she was so, and it's.
But the end of it being, like, you had me like captured with the story of your new neighbor, which is.
Oh my god, she's such a fucking bitch.
This is crazy.
She like comes up. She like was what is it? Yeah, first
Well,
of all.
I was seeing this the other day, too.
You need to launch
Oh,
your Tetris career because hashtag doesn't rig made a power rankings of underrated Barstool employees that need more screen time.
Consistently has you
Number
first,
one
too.
Nix
is at
number-
JNix415.
Yeah, I want you guys to know that, like, this is why we're doing this.
I'm gonna
episode.
lean into my Tetris career so much that I dropped to number,
I don't
like,
think that's
off
what
the
they were
list.
asking for screen time, but you could start there.
No, nobody asked for this.
We
And,
just
like,
need
I know that
we
people
need to Friday Night Pints, like that top 6. Like, bring it back for a day. Jackie, you'll be excited to edit that again.
J Hovey. I honestly I think that J Hovey.
J-Hovey.
He should be number
oh,
one.
Legend.
I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of J-Ho.
Okay.
Same.
Okay. Well, also, are you a big fan of J Nix?
He moved up to second. Damn.
Yeah, he moved up.
That was
to
a big
second.
move.
Yeah.
He honestly, like, the fact that he moved up to second is making me sweat a little bit. Because now it's like, oh, I didn't know that you could move up and down. I don't want to move down.
Oh, is that just a flex because you've been number one?
No,
for a
and
little
I do
while?
want it to be clear that I have maintained my number one spot this entire time. But
That just means you haven't put out a video.
yeah, I know. Well, I bet you again once I leave this Tetris thing, I will drop very fucking fast.
Remember when Jack Mac did like intern power rankings?
Oh yeah,
And it was I was like I
Yes.
think I landed on 6 on there, and it was just Mike KFC.
Dude, that was always the best. I'm curious if he's going to do
Yeah.
that now because we have the new
Interns are
intern
back.
class
Yeah.
starting. Where this year it's not like no one's getting a direct intern. It's like a request for it. I guess it makes more sense. It was always nice to have someone. But
Should we
yeah,
come up with our own power rankings right now, Barstool?
just in Barstool.
Just in Barstool?
Yeah.
How about let's do former KFC Radio intern? Can you rank him, Nick?
Well, you two just tied.
No, that's
no, you have
we're
to
not
pick one.
accepting that. Think about who's been here the longest and who is. Just think about your time and think about.
For a split second, TJ was.
Okay, well we're out.
So TJ number 1.
Oh my God. Crocs.
T-
Sorry.
TJ was, I think, like for like a couple weeks he did some subtitling for us in the beginning, but then quickly got pulled into everything he's doing now. I'm just trying to think of the obscure ones.
I'm thinking about doing my favorite KFC Radio member of the week, and whoever like schmoozes me the most, basically.
I
gets
feel like
favorite KFC
everything we
Radio
do turns into like you try to make
Yeah.
it a competition for
just
compliments
yeah,
about you.
Yeah. That's pretty much what it is.
Just start.
This
there.
sounds like a great idea. I like it a lot. It's not.
Okay,
It's
first
not
of all-
dumb at all.
We know who's on last. We know who's not going first.
I have a
I
quick
just
question, actually. When you guys are riding in an Uber alone, do you ever use the aux? Like just
No.
you and the Uber?
No.
That's a
That's
serial
God, no.
killer
that
move,
that died
right?
with the aux.
Wait.
Like, do you like plug in your phone
no,
to
no.
play
No.
music?
No,
one
that
has
would
an
be
That's a crazy person move.
Unless they're like plug-in. Like, do you want the aux?
But even then, you just say no. I'm fine.
by yourself. You're doing that
Yeah.
It's just you. But let's say it's
sober.
Let's
No,
say it's
I
an
would
hour
never do
long.
that.
Let's say it's an hour long drive. You don't have headphones.
But if they
Hold
if
on,
they,
you're in an Uber for an hour.
You're in an Uber for an hour.
yeah, but
I
if
still
they're,
think
if
it's
they're
crazy.
giving you the,
No.
they're like play your music.
Yeah, but then you're playing it for him. Like, what if he doesn't like your music and the ride's shitty?
But then don't give me the aux cord.
I don't do music ever anymore. You guys are still, even when you're drunk, trying to, because like the whole Bluetooth thing, I feel like killed it. Trying to set up into someone's phone, or into someone's
like,
car.
what
you
if
know
what
I
if
mean?
somebody
True.
they just flew back like a USB?
Yeah, but people have
What are you
that.
talking about, Don Chen's iPhone?
People have, but people have aux cords.
No, not even like just play. Like here's like the cord, plug in, play whatever you'd like. I'm saying no, thank you.
I never even had that offered to
way
me
too
ever
much
anymore.
pressure. Yeah.
Ever. I feel like that died with when like cars had aux cords. I feel like that was
Yeah.
when everyone did it. My biggest question on Ubers is tipping. Do you guys tip on Ubers?
Oh,
I've fallen off on it, honestly.
I was,
it's
and then I got
mainly
made fun of.
because when you're doing expenses, they won't let you expense
Yeah.
tips.
they just really missed the boat. Like the first year that Uber launched, that they didn't do tips, and now nobody.
It's just crazy how much it costs now. Like, I mean, maybe that's just a New York City thing, but like, because when I was back home, it was like $12-13. That way, I'll throw a few on. But when it ends up being like $75 to go a mile and a half, I'm like, I don't know. I think you're getting a good portion of that still.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm gonna get attacked for that one. But yeah, no, it's occasionally I do. It's got to be like somebody that usually if you don't talk, like
I used to always tip. I thought like everyone was
Yeah.
tipping, and then people stopped me like, no, like nobody's. And then people started saying they didn't tip.
it fell
I
off.
was shocked by that.
It fell off in the past like year, I think. Like,
I did out of guilt.
I think a
thought everyone
long
was-
ride, I will.
I do
Well,
most
like,
things out of
If
guilt.
it's like a 10-minute ride, probably not.
Wait, why'd you ask about aux cords?
Because I know somebody that told me that they always do. Like they took a 40-minute Uber the other day and like played music the whole time. I was like, that's fucking insane.
That's what music are you playing?
I don't know. That's crazy.
That's because like I know that's why I always have you play music in the green room. Like I have like I like indie like folk like Noel Kahan like stuff like that where I'll just play like that and I'm okay with it. But I'm like that's usually not the vibe everyone wants to go for. So John always has it the best. He says he plays the what playlist is that?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The high fidelity or high fidelity playlist.
I got a quick
good
little
mix.
take on playing music for groups of people in a car. I think that if you're playing music for
I
everybody,
also have a take on
it's
that.
got to be rather really relevant music that's been made in like the past year. Nothing that's been like 2-3 years old that's already like played out. You've heard it a million times. So it's rather something that's been made in the last year or something that was made 5 years ago, or further back.
So nothing in that. Like,
So nothing
yeah.
within like the last 5 years besides the current year.
Yeah,
So you're
see,
either
this
playing
is why I
currently
don't-
made
This is why I
music,
don't play music in the
Or
car.
you're playing
Yeah.
throwback music, and it has to be like 5 years old.
People start
or
saying
older.
you're playing techno. it's a whole
because
thing.
Yeah, I was
anywhere in
so
that in
offended about
between
that.
in that like
I didn't say that on mic. Very offended about saying I play techno.
yeah, that's
That was the most offensive
forget-
thing of that whole rant. That he said I play techno.
I forget.
I would never do that.
Yeah, what was it?
It was just like R&B,
Yeah.
but everyone. I got called a techno guy.
I was
so.
vibing. I mean, something I would put
Yeah.
on.
But it is a lot. I didn't
I
want
had a
to.
hot
I was
date.
trying to turn the music off
Yeah.
because I knew I was like, I don't know what everyone likes,
Yeah.
and I know I listen to like not probably what everyone listens to. So I was trying to not play it,
yeah.
and then John kept turning it back on. I was like, shit. Like,
I would say you
There's
were
so much
hidden on
pressure.
like 90% of them, and then like the last like hour home, I was like, this is getting hot.
well, because I ran out. I ran out of my neutral. I only could go so far.
Yeah.
I have a take, and I think that if somebody plays music, you cannot bash the music because that's somebody's like personality. It's
Yeah,
like when,
yeah.
And Pavs, you're the
Someone
number one. This
putting
might be
themselves
something
out
about
there.
you. I want to say this. Like, I'll play a song and you will bash it, and it's so offensive every single time. You cannot bash somebody's music.
You're not getting number one this
you.
week.
It's not specifically you.
No, I'll just play a song and you go, no.
It's just like women in general. I got a meeting to go to. We'll cut that out.
This show is brought to you by BetterHelp. You know, when you are out there helping people at all times, when you are being exceptionally conscious of other people's feelings and all that stuff, you can always find yourself pretty stressed out, and feeling a little thin. I think everyone does it. I think everyone is always, and it's a good thing, don't get me wrong, but everyone is always scared to be a little selfish and consider yourself. But the good place to do that is therapy. And right now, with BetterHelp and KFC Radio, you can get 10% off your first month. If you're thinking of starting therapy, go over to BetterHelp. All you do is fill out a brief questionnaire online. You are immediately matched up with a therapist that best suits your needs. If you've ever looked for a therapist before, it is quite an arduous process, but BetterHelp makes it very, very easy. The entire thing is done online, and then it stays online from there on. You meetings online, you have to wait in waiting rooms. You can do text therapy, you can do talk therapy, you can do video chat, you can do just audio, whatever you want. BetterHelp makes it easy for you. So go to betterhelp.com right now. It's betterhelp.com right now. Use code KFC, get 10% off your first month.
Oh, I kind of want to hear about Taylor Swift concert. Did you go to any of them? No?
I wish.
That's what...
It's like the third time someone's asked you and you've been upset.
My girlfriend started getting really upset about, like, seeing everyone posting that are, like... she went hipster with it. She's like, I've been here since the Fearless tour. I've been going to all of them, and now these people who don't even fucking know her are buying tickets to each one, driving up all the prices. I had to let her just go. It was like a few minutes where I'm just like, I was like, you good? You good? She's not. I'm gonna have to spend a lot of money on tickets to Taylor Swift.
I want credit because I probably couldn't have even gotten them, but I knew that I like Taylor Swift, but I knew that I was not worthy of getting a ticket because I'm not like as diehard as other people are.
It's wild seeing like people breaking into tears. I mean, I think that's a little normal at concerts. I don't want to like bash on that, but like
for sure.
Seeing it for songs that I've never heard, where I'm like, what? Like all these secret songs where like most of the secret songs I'd be like, yeah, like people are filming themselves reacting to it and freaking out. Half the ones I've seen, I'd be like, oh, I don't know it.
What do you mean secret songs?
So she has the same set list every night, but
It's genius.
except there's like 2 songs, I believe, right, Colleen? 2.
1 to 2.
She'll bring 2 that aren't normally in the set list. Usually her older stuff.
And she'll only play them once on tour.
Yeah.
So she plays like it could be like your favorite song.
Yeah.
That she's about to play because she has her set list. Then she'll play a secret song.
Okay.
And then once that's played, she won't play it again on the tour. So people have like spreadsheets knocking off and trying to guess your secret song. But if she does mess it up, she can replay it again.
Got it. Okay, I wasn't sure because I know she has played. I've heard she's played something.
Gorgeous?
I think so. Yeah, once or twice, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I've heard that. But
I thought you were saying like unreleased music. I was like, that's great.
No. I think she did just drop like an extended song last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Well, she did it. She
from the
did a
vault.
new song, and then she also did a remake of one of her songs with Ice Spice.
Got it. I did see that. People were.
That was awkward. Did you watch it when they were on stage together?
They
did not know what to do.
I only saw the still
was
frame
crazy.
of it. Even the still frame, I'm like, that
Ice
looks a little
Spice did
uncomfortable.
not know she should shake her ass or not. Didn't know how to walk around on the stage, and Taylor Swift like couldn't if she wanted to. Probably it was really awkward.
That's unreal.
I saw a funny clip of it. They did not know what to do. It was very awkward.
Who's the biggest asshole?
Yes, should we?
So I had a buddy who got engaged last week. It was I got to go there and take photos for it. It was actually very funny because he did it in the middle of a New York City street. Him and his girlfriend, like his girlfriend's lived here 10 years. She loves New York City. So like getting the architecture in was just awesome for it. It also was where Will Smith proposes at the end of Hitch. So it was in
Was
front
that intentional?
Yes, it was intentional.
Did she love that movie?
Yeah, and I guess like the week before they had been watching it and she was like quoting verbatim like the final scene. So like he went and found that treat and did it there. But also I just need to say while he did it, he could not have been more awkward doing it. Like so I'm hiding in the spot with my girlfriend. We both have cameras ready to go and like take photos. And for some reason, he crossed to the side of the street we were on, which is just like a little too far. So that way he has to backtrack and pull her back into the street. And while he's trying to do that, he just keeps fucking it up. Like, he's trying to casually be like, let's walk in the middle of the street. So he's like, come look at the sunset right now. And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, so I have photos of him just like in the middle of the street, just like by himself, and she's just walking away, and he finally had to come and grab her and like pull her out and set her in the street.
It's tough to plan it right. I have a lot of buddies who have been proposing, and there's a lot of pressure because it's one time. Yeah, and it's like it's really your only thing as the guy, because once that's over, the woman's usually the one in charge of the wedding and everything, and you're just yesing.
She used to work in bridal, like she has plans.
So that's his only thing. Like you don't want to screw that up. So there's a lot of pressure, I get, and it is all my friends too. They'll be like, the first time they ever want to go on a walk in Central Park every time is always when they're doing the proposal and stuff like that. So
that's what he honestly like. That Sunday was in Central Park with her, and she posted a photo where she was like reading she had like her notebook of like things I want to do before I leave New York, and her fingers were in it, but then it cut off right before, and I was like, did you do it? Did you do it? And then on Monday he's like, get your camera. But yeah, that aside, he had a question for us. Am I the asshole if I go to a wedding and I get engaged 3 days before it? So it was he said it's a B-level friend. Like, I know probably 7 to 8 people at the wedding. I'm close. I can confirm he is close with like 3 of those people, like very close. But is it an asshole move to like show up and everyone be talking about like you just got engaged?
So did he go to this? He already went to this.
He went to the wedding. I might pull him in to ask. Like,
I was gonna say, like, has he had an update or anything like that? I think no. If it's like the friend that he was talking about, like, does not seem like it was.
He said B-level friend, and then he said he knew 6 people, and I was like, I think I can name all 6 of them because
I would be pissed. No, I'd be pissed if somebody came to my wedding and they were like, we just got engaged and everyone was talking about their fucking engagement. No, I can't do that.
You think everyone would talk about it though?
What?
I think as long as you're not in the wedding, it's okay.
He wasn't in the wedding. He was at the bachelor party though, so he was close enough to get invited to that.
No, if there were any rumblings of another marriage at my wedding.
But there's so many engaged couples at weddings. You know, like you go to like half the wedding people are engaged. Like, I don't know.
Then just go to their fucking wedding. I don't know.
Nothing trumps the wedding. Like a wedding is way bigger than a proposal. You can't do it there, obviously. We all obviously agree with that.
But has that ever happened? You think somebody?
I'm sure it's happened. Yeah.
Proposes at a wedding.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I like definitely been cases of that.
Yeah.
Or people announcing like pregnancy at a wedding.
Oh my god.
That would be that's worse than proposing.
I got to be honest. I feel like that's probably happened in my family. If I like really thought about it, I'm sure there's someone like I have a very large extended family, and that's some shit that would go on. Like,
I could see how that's like okay, families all together. Like you want to tell everybody. I don't know though.
I think that's worse than proposing.
I think like because you could wait till after the ceremony. Oh, well, actually no, because everyone's gonna be drinking. So it's pretty obvious. You have to.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, but people are dumb. Like, my buddy, his wife got pregnant with their second child, and, like, she wasn't drinking, and I was too stupid to even notice. In, like, a small setting. So you could get away with that, and nobody would notice.
You also could probably be subtle about it and just get, like, a soda with, like, a lime on it.
People could not notice that, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So, I don't think, in this situation, I don't think he's an asshole, because the fact he only knew 6 people... Like, only 6 people are going to be, like, excited about it.
Yeah.
No one else gives a flying fuck. Fine. But I just asked him to come in. He said he's available in 20 minutes, which is when I have to step out. We're going to get him in here to talk about this, though, because I need to know if he made a big decision. Like, because when he got engaged, we went to a restaurant right after, and I was being the biggest asshole on the planet because I just kept going, they just got engaged! Like, trying to get free shit out of the fancy place. Yeah. Like, because, I'm also doing that everywhere I go with them for the next 3 months till they move to Chicago. Absolutely doing that.
Did you get free stuff?
No, he was so pissed. He called ahead and said, I'm getting engaged right before this. Can you please, like, have some stuff ready at the table? And they were like, yeah, we got you, no problem. Thinking, like, even he's like, I don't even want, like, I wasn't asking them to comp something. I wanted champagne there, ready. Like, let's do a toast. We got there, we sat down. They like ignored us for a while. He was starting to get like real mad, and I was like, Lisa, wave! Oh my god! So I started being obnoxious about it, but
bad service.
Yeah, no, at the very end,
call them out.
When they brought the check, they gave us chocolate mousse, which I'm like, that's like a topping to your other thing. Like that's a really lame. Like it was like
with the receipt.
It was
like it was in the thing with the check.
Yeah.
Like it's just right on top of the check.
It was just like a little bowl of chocolate mousse, and I was like, all right, and like I picked up the bill for that one because I was like, we're celebrating, and he was like, let me see the receipt. He's like, if they charge us for that chocolate mousse, I swear to God. And I was like, no, I'm not letting you look at it. And I still haven't looked. We might have paid for the chocolate mousse, if I'm being honest, but it was.
Can't have bad service at a restaurant. I'm okay if there's an issue with the food. I'll never complain. Because that happens. Service, I think you can't really have an excuse for it.
That's what we were asking this. Would you rather have, and you just answered it, but good service, bad food, bad service, good food.
Good service, bad food. Yeah, 100%.
I was just reminiscing on this. I'm like such a pushover at all times in my life, but for some reason I was like 12 and I was out to dinner with like my soccer team, and the waitress like puts down the food, and I just go, "This is not what I ordered." And I like stood up, and I was like, and I literally like had like an out of body experience. I just look up and everyone's looking at me, and I was like, "I'm so sorry."
Wait, how old?
I don't know. I was 12. I was like this 12-year-old.
Yeah, it's too old.
This is not what I ordered, and I was like, I'm so sorry. And she was like, she like immediately took it back, and I was like, "I'm so sorry. Like it's fine. It was not what I ordered." For the record.
What kind of restaurant was it? Was it like?
It was like a normal, like it was not very nice. But
I was gonna say, like when you're going out with the soccer team, you're going to like McDonald's or Culver's,
TGI
or
Fridays.
Like,
yeah, it was
that would be like the fancy end, like to take a bunch of
Applebee's.
12-year-old girls to like one place and try to corral them.
It was. I mean, it wasn't like it was in between, but it was just so. And I cringe thinking about that so much. Like, why did I do that?
That dude making $7.25 was like, I'm fucking done.
Yeah,
you got him to quit that day.
I have a cousin who notoriously, like, she'll get, if her food gets messed up, she'll just bitch about it. Like, she'll be, like, mean about it.
Yeah.
And her food always gets messed up. So, like, if there's, like, a big group, it's always her. It's, like, bad juju. She just brings it on herself, so she always has her order fucked up every time.
I've worked in a couple restaurants, which I also bring up way too fucking much. But anytime someone has complained, I haven't really cared. Like, it's one of those things. They don't give a shit. They're more apologetic and like, oh, I fucked this up. If you're blatantly wrong about something, I have cared about that. Where I once made a burger, well, they asked for it well done, made it well done. They were like, this is raw. I'm like, cut into it. I'm like, that's well done. Like, it just has juices in it. Like, what do you? I'm like, that's.
They're asking for a burger well done too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the first problem.
Iowa, baby. That's the first restaurant I worked at. You didn't have the option. It came out well done every single time. People were asking for medium. I like ended up being like a waiter, door guy. Fucking did everything at that place, and I started just being honest to customers. And we definitely lost some people because they're like, "Can I get a medium burger?" And I was like, "You could ask for it. It's going to be a salted thing. They might drop it in au jus if it's been sitting out a while."
I love when a waiter's honest with me though.
Yeah.
I love when they ask for an opinion of a waiter and they give you like their true, real opinion.
I told them, they're like, "How's this steak and the salmon?" I was like, "Comes dry sealed. I wouldn't get it. Like, it's really bad."
I mean, that might be too much. That's a little too much honesty.
These are sitting down.
These motherfuckers abused people there. Like they made me a shell of a person. I am very okay just letting it fly on them, but yeah,
that's funny.
They had it coming. I was like, it was a bullshit item. They didn't teach any of the cooks how to actually prepare it, and then we're just gonna give it to people. I was like, no, fuck that. I was like, get the chicken, get the burger. Don't fucking trust anything else. Pavs, would you rather have good service with bad food or bad service with good food?
Bad service with good food, for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
He's Italian.
You like never get it though. Like you're like sitting there, you're like, I'm so hungry. You're like just not getting your food. Yeah. That's a nightmare.
You would have to put a gun to my head for me to ask to send something back. So maybe good service.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'll never I won't send something back. Like, I'll just deal with it.
I would sit there for an hour and a half and just wait. I have done that.
Oh yeah,
no. I get so upset. the Italian rage comes out. If I have to wait more than like 20 minutes, like I can't handle that.
I got like a small percentage of Italian in me. I'm going to start saying it's my Italian rage.
Yeah, because it's real. Trust me, it comes out really easily.
Kevin and Fights are going to be like, what the fuck do you guys talk about? You guys are talking Italian?
Now's the time to get it off, because once they're back, I can't bring it up anymore.
Pro-Italian podcast.
Yeah. How was your
Or just a neutral one.
So important.
Did you become my boss?
Yes.
And you're fired. Get out.
And you know that org chart that we saw a couple months ago that me and you were like this?
No, it was me here, you here. It was me
like
here, you here.
Those rankings are about to change.
Yeah.
It's honestly like I can't. You're above me at this point. I
don't
can't
think
even.
so.
You need to start being confident in yourself.
I know.
Fuck's sake. It's crazy. That actually, I talked to him about that on the way to Boston.
Yeah, we talked about that.
We got to make Jackie just.
Yeah, we had a whole discussion. Jackie was trying to show me stuff, and like everything she was telling me, she just had no confidence in herself. I'm like, she's like, oh, I'm
like,
doing that.
I'm like,
you're fine.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Everything she did was fine.
We both need to work on speaking up. I think they were really bad at that.
You really need to work on speaking up.
I was just going to let my homeless man take my stuff the other day. Like straight up, when I was moving into my apartment, I like left like my
I like that you call them your homeless man.
It sounds my
homeless man.
It's the first of the month.
When I was moving into my apartment, I just left like a box of clothes out there, and I walked in, 10 seconds later walked out, a homeless guy was picking it up, and I was just like slowly walking over to him like what do I do here? And then my girlfriend had to speak up for me and was like, that's ours, put that back down. I was like, thanks babe.
Well, you can't do that. When I was moving out this past weekend, there were some things I wanted to throw out. I put them on the curb. Within 5 minutes someone took it. Chairs, clothes, anything. You can't leave it on the curb.
It's free or something.
Can't leave it on the curb.
It's ridiculous.
It's on the curb. It's free.
Yeah, if it's on the curb, it's free. It's true.
Father's Day is almost here. You've been hearing that a lot. I don't think fathers can ever complain again about not Father's Day not being a thing, because as someone who does ad reads, they bring it up a lot. And by they, there are multiple people, but by they right now, what I mean is the Barstool Sports Store. Everyone's always struggling to find something for your dad. Get him something from the Barstool Store. It's cool. It's easy. It's convenient. It's got a little something to talk about. You can talk about, hey, Dad, Barstool. Here you go. Boom. Talked about. Done. Check that month off. We got Saturdays for the dad stuff. Sad Boy season. You probably don't. Your dad probably doesn't like Sad Boy season. That's okay. Am I the Asshole game? Answer the Internet. Foreplay merch. Coffee. Bussin' stuff. All kinds of things. Go to the Barstool Store right now. Get you that something nice for Father's Day. Store.barstoolsports.com. Be done with it. It's easy peasy.
All right. Let's wrap up with some voicemails here.
Hi, guys. So, long time listener here. I'm still waiting for y'all to come to New Orleans. I don't know where's these New Orleans shows. I know y'all made it to Texas, to Dallas, but New Orleans, I mean, come on, guys. Y'all know you have to come to our city. But anyways, my question is, when is Matt Rife coming on the show? I saw your little video on Instagram. You're hyping him up. So where's the interview? When is it?
That is my question.
Yeah,
too.
Jackie's been asking about that a lot. I'm going to make her sit outside. I mean, I could tell you, like, I think we were supposed to get him at the end of last year, and we just had a scheduling conflict, so we couldn't, like, squeeze it in. But we've definitely been in talks with him. It's just a matter of him, like, coming to New York, or us being where he is.
Where's he live?
When we're traveling. I think he's L.A. normally.
Oh.
What's his address?
Yeah.
Oh.
What? So are we in his DMs on KFC Radio? Can I?
I have a little crush on Matt Rife.
We talked about once every quarter, Jackie has to conduct an interview, and it's always just going to be with a hot dude.
It would be
I
so
think that might be the first one.
That would be a good one. That would be a good one to start off with.
No, that one
at the very least, you have to do the first 10 minutes of the interview by yourself. Welcome him into the door.
No one's in the room.
Sit down. Yeah, no
one's in the room. It's just Jackie.
Just awkwardly, no one's in here.
They're all in the meeting. They'll be back soon.
You guys know. I mean, usually I have a way with words, and I am
so
very smooth. Normally,
what's your highest Tetris score?
You're like, who the fuck is this talking to me right now?
Yeah, just get absolutely hammered.
No, he's gonna be like, "Are you the Tetris girl on TikTok?"
I can't wait till I get you live streaming Tetris on TikTok.
That's my goal. Oh my god, you guys, I'm like so serious about this Tetris thing.
Just making that your whole brand.
I'm not. It's not gonna be my whole brand. I have other things which I've talked about. I have other ideas.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm wanting to get into that.
Well, I don't think that I can like go into it.
Okay, cottage cheese.
Okay, well then if you're gonna.
You guys know how cottage cheese is like on the come up.
Well, cottage cheese is having a moment right now. The same way that Brussels sprouts had a moment, the same way that cauliflower had a moment, the same way that almond milk had a moment, and it's like, who was doing the PR for these things? Which led me to an idea. That it's like a TikTok, and it's something I haven't fully fleshed it out, so just stand by while
this is why we're doing this. We'll figure it out right.
But it's something about like cauliflower and Brussels sprouts and almond milk being like you took like jealous of cottage cheese having the moment, and something about like the PR agent for do you guys know where I'm going with this?
I see that.
I think it's gonna get once I do that, it's gonna get like millions of views, and I know that. So that's going to be, other than Tetris, I'm going to do that TikTok. And then,
so is that still going to be on your own account, or are you starting a separate cottage cheese account?
No. That's just going to be one, maybe two.
One-off,
because I also, then I'm like,
girl.
then I'm going to do a follow-up and being like, because I'm expecting some people being like, what do you mean cottage cheese is having a moment? I'm going to show you guys the cottage cheese recipes. I'm going to do them myself. Lean into the cottage cheese thing a little bit, lean into the Tetris thing a little bit, and then I have a third idea, and it's bodega fits, and that's
bodega fits is a great idea.
I've actually I've already started like taking videos of all my because when I go to the bodega, I just grab whatever's nearest, like I throw on like whatever. And I look ridiculous every time because it's right below me. And so I'm just going to do a picture of all my bodega fits, and it's going to be a little compilation.
I think that actually has a lot of legs to it.
I think it has a lot of legs to it. And I do think,
because like there's a lot of bodega Instagrams, and I don't know if I've seen bodega fits on it yet.
I know, in bodega fits, wouldn't that be such a cool merch thing?
You should, try to scoop that handle up now.
Bodega fits?
Yeah.
I was going to say that you should
otherwise,
have people submit their own bodega fits.
KFC Radio Uncut's going to drop that or grab that.
Fuck.
No.
Okay. Don't grab bodega. Don't grab
taken.
bodega fits.
Bodega fits? Is it already like a wildly successful account?
I will say, no, they're barely following anyone, and they don't have any followers.
So bodega fits with a Z.
Oh. That's not the vision.
Yeah.
Not the vision.
I do think
you clearly don't understand bodega fits.
If it's inactive, we could get it. But then it would have to become with Barstool Properties.
I think I can I'll just do it on mine.
Just do it on yours. Mm-hmm. Hashtag bodega fits.
It's not a TikTok, though, so get the TikTok.
Then
build a brand on TikTok, and then you can get the Instagram.
Okay.
Or just start a playlist on TikTok of bodega fits.
Yeah.
All right, what's good? KFC, Fights, Nick, Pavs, Jackie, obviously. Started listening to the show probably like a year ago, found it randomly, and now it's my favorite podcast. Listen every week. So thank you guys for helping me get through my fucking shitty corporate job 3 times a week. But anyway, I'm turning 25 today, and people joke about like a quarter life crisis. When you see these dads turn like 50, they have a midlife crisis and they go buy like a sports car or something crazy like that. So my question is, if you guys could go back to being like 25, what's like your quarter life crisis purchase? Something maybe you would have done in your 20s, something you didn't do, maybe a trip that you took with the boys that was incredible. I'm trying to celebrate turning 25, and I figured I'd ask you guys. Thanks again.
So is he saying go back and relive something, or go back and like change something? Let's go back and change.
Go
something,
back and do something.
What would you do?
What would you do for your quarter life crisis? What would you buy? Did you do anything?
Probably nice clothes. I dressed like shit back then. I'm still not great, but doing better.
Quit your job now and get a better job that you like, because as you get older, it gets harder. So if you're 25, that's what I would say. If you don't like it, because it sounded like you didn't like it.
Right
Finance?
Brick watches.
Yeah. Brick watches. My bad.
Second employee. Pavs.
It'd be so funny if you guys applied.
That would be like, you think I could make a little side hustle?
You could be Mintzy's intern.
Well, you sold like knives, right?
I did sell knives.
You did the Cutco.
I had so many jobs. This is crazy.
And I actually
she got this job when she was what, 21 still? Not even? You were 20.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are really highly priced, but made really cheaply, right?
No. Cutco Knives was the best materials that Knives has to offer, and you think that Herschel, most of the time what you get with Herschel is the U.S. version, not the German version, and it's such a misconception. Oh, you're just such... These knives, straight up, I still have them today, and they haven't needed sharpening for 10 years, dude. 10 fucking years. And they also, now when I use other knives, I literally, like, first of all, I got another knife and I cut my finger the other day because the blade on the Cutco knife is serrated to the point where it's flat edged, where other knives, it's serrated and it's just sharp. I can't even, like, I don't want to give the whole... I'm not explaining this at all because I need the pineapple to cut in front of you, and I need all the things, and I need to redo my spiel. Wait, maybe I'll redo my spiel. I'll get the penny and everything like that.
You should absolutely try to come in and sell knives.
That obviously was not a good.
It was pretty good.
That was great. I think Dave made a mistake. He should have hired you instead of Mintzy.
I'm sold. And I straight up, all of their stuff is so good. I am so actually passionate about Cutco because it is the best knives. Every single person who I sold to said this is the best set of knives. Anyways,
nice.
That was passion. That was sheer passion.
That was like
amazing.
Yeah.
I always loved that when it was like it could cut a penny in half. When would I ever need to cut a penny in half? I'm cutting bread.
Dude, you don't fucking know what's gonna happen.
Does anyone have anything for that guy?
Quarter
life crisis?
I would buy Cutco knives. I don't know.
I actually agree with you. If you hate your job, quit.
Yeah, do it. The longer you're in it, the harder it gets to change careers as someone who is in the process of doing it. Yeah. So that would be
There's no substitute for being passionate about something. You're going to find money if you chase what you actually want to do.
Next up.
And book a vacation with the boys.
Yeah.
Anywhere as long as the boys are
there. A more fun one.
What's up, my KFC Radio family? It's your favorite genius back again, being Buffalo's #1 photographer and all. Nice backdrop right now, I know. Anyway, so I was talking with the boys last week. Do you think you've jerked off more or less in your lifetime than LeBron's hit a corner 3 in his NBA career? Let me know. Can't wait to see you guys in Buffalo, November 19th. And if you guys thought the outro was great last time with the Corey Bruce photography ending, just wait for this one. You're welcome. See you guys later.
It's incredible.
I didn't know what to
cap
expect.
cut. The cap cut.
The cap cut is perfect.
Unbelievable.
Holy shit. God damn it.
I mean, that was
sick.
Unless LeBron's hit 1,000 corner threes. I don't know.
It's not even fucking close.
Yeah.
It's not even fucking close.
Yeah, that's easy question. Way better outro.
That was. We should just have the outro for. Yeah. We can use the
after every clip.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Yeah. With the cap cut.
Yeah.
I don't know what that song is. It's very short, so we might be able to get away with it. But that'd be so funny if this whole episode gets demonetized because of that. Worth it.
Because it's gonna do millions. This one.
Oh yeah, this is. Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment below. Now we're going to get into an interview with Jesse Tyler Ferguson. You know him from Modern Family. He now has a podcast out, Dinner's on Me. He has some of his best friends from Hollywood where they sit down, share a meal together. It's awesome. Go check it out. Let's get into it with Jesse Tyler Ferguson.
What's your favorite scene from it? Or not favorite scene. What's your favorite episode?
Well, I mean, I found the wedding episodes when Mitch and Cam get married to be very, very profound and meaningful. Yeah. Obviously, in that time in our country, we were still fighting for marriage equality. So it just felt like really, I was like, I can't believe we're putting this story into living rooms across the nation.
Yeah.
And, it's going into areas where people are probably not so cool with it, and yet for some reason they love these two guys and they're cool with that. It was like that Trojan horse type thing. It's like we're sneaking.
Yeah, we got you. It is crazy to think how with sitcoms where I was just saying how it's timeless, but how there are things that we're like, wait, it was different. There was with that, and I was watching New Girl recently, and they were talking about like hiding weed. And I was like, "You're in California. What are you talking about? You're hiding weed?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, New Girl's that old?"
Yeah, it's been around.
Yeah. So there's there's also just like wildly hilarious episodes I remember. It's less about like what the finished product was and like kind of like more about what the experience was for us to film it. All of our Halloween episodes were always really fun because they were usually involved the entire cast, and the writers just wrote those episodes really well. But the very first Halloween episode we had, I remember the entire family was in the Dunphy living room, and we were all in these ridiculous costumes, and Sophia was having to do like a weird American accent, and her version of an American accent was like just ridiculous. And we could not get through that scene. It was just we were constantly breaking. Ed O'Neill would say a line, now we're breaking, we're laughing at him. Like it was just nonstop. And it's like the memory of like just that and like being together with those people and just finding so much joy in them as people and as actors. I think that's an example of an episode that I'll always remember. Yeah. And it is actually a really good episode. And I think maybe it was nominated for an Emmy itself for writing, but like it is I have such special feelings about what it was.
I remember that's the one where Sophie, she pops out and she's like,
welcome to your nightmare. Ho ho ho. Yes. She was saying ho ho ho.
I was gonna say I have
like going whoa, which is how it was written. She was like ho ho ho. Like perfect example of like the way she translated what was on the page.
It's funny to me that there's a whole generation that would probably know Ed O'Neill now as Jay.
Yeah.
Where you ask a younger generation, an older generation, they'd be like, "What are you talking about?"
That's
That's Al Bundy.
That's Al Bundy.
I mean, to have two TV dads on your resume like that.
Yeah.
Quite the show, man.
For a show to have two legend, like where
he did 11 years on both of those shows.
Did he really?
22 years of his life.
22 years
on
two
very successful sitcoms.
And very different, you know.
Very
one
different.
irreverent and treating family kind of like, oh, everyone's family sucks.
So different.
And
Although
one
like
being like
Christina
the most...
Applegate and I became friendly after I was doing Modern Family, and like we shared that thing in common. Like we both had Ed O'Neill was our dad.
Yeah.
And we sort of feel that way. Like we kind of feel like siblings in a weird way. That
Totally.
Yeah.
All right, big thanks for watching. If you made it through this whole episode, that means you should be subscribed. There's so many of you out there who watch and don't subscribe, so make sure you are a KFC Radio subscriber. Make sure you get all the content when it drops. Click that button now.
I have 9 fingers. I'm still subscribed. It's that easy.